Hello and welcome to ESCXTRA. My name is Alyce and I am lucky enough to be joined by Conor from Wild Youth. Thank you for joining me, Conor.
Thank you so much for having me.
So just firstly, how has the last month and a half or so been for you guys since winning Eurosong?
It's been good. It's been full on, a lot of work. But we knew that getting into the Eurosong, we knew it was going to be a lot of work. But we're delighted. We're absolutely loving it. As I said to you just there before we started recording, we're in Barcelona. We're doing a Eurovision party here. Well, there's an event on tonight, and then we're doing a gig here tomorrow. So yeah, it's all been really fun. Getting everything ready and training and rehearsing, and it's been really good.
Amazing. Since winning Eurosong, have you guys spoken to any previous Irish Eurovision representatives and tried to get any advice from them about what to expect for the whole process?
Yeah, I was actually just saying this. Ryan O'Shaughnessy reached out. Nikki Byrne reached out. Niamh Kavanagh, we met her actually on the night of the Eurosong. We spoke to her afterwards. I'm trying to think who else. We spoke to Jedward. Yeah, we've spoken to a lot of Irish people. Have they? What was the question again? Have they told us what to expect?
Like, tried to get advice from them about what to expect.
Yeah, I think Nikki was just like to try and mind your voice as much as you can because there's a lot of like singing and performing and rehearsals um and then everyone else has just said to just enjoy every second of it. They said no matter what they've all done in their careers that the Eurovision is still like a massive highlight for them in their lives, and they look back on it with such fondness, and they were like just embrace it all and try and enjoy the whole thing, and just be very present. And I think that's something we're just trying to take on board. It's just to not overthink things and just to have a good time, but still stay super focused.
Amazing. Are you able to give our audience any kind of insight as to what they might expect from your performance in Liverpool in May, or is it all very tight-lipped at the moment?
Um, yeah, I'm trying to keep it like somewhat a secret. I think it's going to be really good. I think there's a lot of parts to it. It's going to be a big band show, I think.
Yeah. It has been very well publicized that you yourself are a big Eurovision fan. So what made you decide that this was the year to finally throw your hat in the ring?
Well, according to Twitter, I've been trying since 2020, and this was the only year they've allowed us to go for it. Um, I think, well, I think I first tweeted about it in 2020, and then I think what happened was there was the pandemic. And then I think I tweeted about it again this year, and it kind of people started tagging Michael Keeley, who's like head of the Irish Eurovision, started tagging him, and then I spoke to him, and he's like, if you think you've got a song that could maybe go to the Eurosong, submit it, and if it's good enough, we'll get through. And I was like, we did that, and then we got through, and I was like, let's just do it. I think as well after the pandemic and everything the bands went through, I was like, I just wanted to come out and try some different things, take some risks, and do something different. And it felt like I'm such a huge fan of the Eurovision, and we all are. Um, and it just felt like something we really wanted to be a part of. And I think representing your country is just such an incredible honor. And I wasn't good enough at football to represent my country, so I thought we are gonna have to do the Eurovision.
As the old saying goes, when one door closes, another opens, I suppose.
Exactly.
What's the main goal that you guys want to attain from your experience at Eurovision this year? Is it make the final, gain some new fans, friendships and collaborations with the other competing artists, or is it something else?
It's interesting. No one's asked that. I think it's all of those. I think you know we've so many incredible opportunities, and when you write music, your biggest hope for your music is just that people will hear it, and ideally, it's different people around different parts of the world, or that people in different cities might want to come back and do more shows, and so of course. every time we play anywhere, we always try and gain new fans. We always want to meet new people. We always want to expand on the amount of people who listen to our music. Um, you know, I think that's every artist's goal. And, you know, we want to continue to play music forever and we want to continue to tour forever. So that's definitely a part of it. And then I think, as I said, it's the honor of representing your country. I think, you know, already we're in Barcelona like just one day and we've met so many people, and I think that's such a cool thing, and everyone's so lovely. And I mean, our main focus right now is because I always like to look at like the next step as opposed to looking at the next two steps. In the back of your mind, you always have a vision of what you believe you can achieve, but it would be, yeah, I think our main focus right now is knowing that we're in the semi-final and it's qualifying from that semi-final, and then we qualify from that semi-final, then we'll focus on our plan for what we hope to achieve from the final.
Yeah. Talk to me about the songwriting process for We Are One. How did it all come together? Where did the song title come from? Things like that.
It came from a piano riff that I had. And I was in Stockholm, and I just started playing it on the piano, and I started singing the melody for the chorus. And normally, what happens with a song is that we had actually we were in the studio and we were talking about the Eurovision, and I was talking about reasons why I love the Eurovision, and why I love the Eurovision is when me and my mom used to always watch it. My mom loved like fashion and clothing, and you know, she used to always wear like crazy outfits, and you know, she was really into obscure kind of interior design and everything. And we used to always watch it together, and we loved it because the size of like the stage, but also, you know, people could wear whatever they wanted. People could, it felt like people could really be themselves, and that everyone supported whoever anyone wanted to be, if you know what I mean. And I think um there was magic, and I was like, I said something where I was talking to the producer, and I was like, it's so funny. It's probably the only competition in the world where a country waves the flag of the other country in support, even though they're competing against each other. And I was like, it's like they're all kind of one. You know, it's like everyone's kind of there, and it's like it doesn't matter your gender, your sexuality, whatever. It doesn't matter. It feels like everyone is welcome, and it's like a big family. And I think that's just the beauty of the Eurovision. And I think when after we were talking about it, I started playing the piano riff and I started singing the melody for the chorus, and then I just sang that lyric. That we are one, like that, and then the producer was like, "That has to be the title of the song," and that's kind of where it came from.
Amazing.
Sorry, I gave you a very long-winded answer. I should have just said I played the piano and I sang the lyric.
No, that's the much better version. I love it. With the revamp, what was the approach taken with that?
Well, normally what would happen is if I go to the studio and I write a song, we would then maybe take that song, perform it a couple of times, and then what I would do is because if you ever want to find out what a part of a song that you're not totally sure on, you'll find out when you play live because you'll overthink it by about 100. So I think we didn't obviously get that opportunity to like tour the song or play the song. So I think living with that version for me, I was like, and to fill it in with the staging, I just wanted a bit more kind of immediacy and a bit more excitement. So that's why I thought it was quite cool to maybe cut the second verse in half, add that guitar part in, and then if I was going to do that, bring the vocal where it comes straight in with like the octave above. I was like, if we're there and we're going there, I was like, I just want to keep it going. So obviously, I didn't want to drop down for the chorus. I was like, we're just going to keep that boat moving. And yeah, so that's kind of where it came from. I feel with the revamp, it's just kind of trimming the fat a little bit, you know what I mean? And just like just getting to the core of the song and what the song kind of needs, and also still delivering the same message.
Yeah. You guys have been it will be at a few of the pre-parties this season. So what are you hoping to get out of going to each of the pre-parties?
Um, I mean, I think we just want to go, and it's like we're so lucky to get to go around to all these different cities and perform, and we want to meet new people. We want to meet like as many contestants as possible. You know, meet the Eurovision family, meet fans who go to the show. Just get kind of just really get into it, and it feels like we're here. As I said, we're here in Barcelona. It's the first show tomorrow, and it feels like now it's all kind of really starting. It's all starting to feel like incredibly real.
Yeah. Moving on to questions about you guys and the band. How did you all meet and decide to form a band together?
It started from me and Dave. We were just kind of friends growing up, and we were the ones in our friend group that always wanted to play music instead of going and drinking in a park. And it kind of just stemmed from evenings when people would be doing different things that we didn't want to do, as just going over to my house and sitting there and just like playing the piano, writing songs, singing covers. And then I think, I can't remember, it was like an open mic night or something came up, and me and him did a performance, and then someone wanted to manage us. And we only kind of did it for fun. We probably did it for like 50 euro each, and that was the real reason. But we someone wanted to manage us, and then we kind of, in the back of our minds, were like, we didn't think it was anything, but then we're like, if it was going to be something, we wanted to make it a band. We didn't want it to be like a two-piece. And then that's where Ed and Cal came in, and it just, once they came in, it all fit perfectly, and it's been that way ever since.
Amazing. Where did the name Wild Youth come from?
I actually just saw it in a paragraph in a newspaper. I was on a flight and I was reading an article in the newspaper, and I saw Wild Youths, and I was like, it's actually kind of cool. And I think band names are incredibly difficult because when you say them without context, they kind of never really sound good. Do you know what I mean? But when the band kind of makes the name, it all makes sense. But I sent it normally, like you'd send in a name to a WhatsApp group when you're trying to come up with names, and it would be like seen by everyone, 0 replies, and you're like, okay, everyone obviously hates that. But I sent in Wild Youth, and yeah, everyone quite liked it, so it just stuck.
There you go. What other artists do you guys get inspired by?
Who's he get inspired by? Elvis, David Bowie, Tame Impala, Coldplay, U2. Um, Carl loves Muse. Ed loves Tom Morello. We listen to Frankie Valli. We listen to ABBA. A lot of old school stuff.
Interesting mix. And just finally, do you have a message for your fans over at ESCXTRA?
Yeah, we just want to say hello. And obviously, you're in Australia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did. We really hope to come to Australia. We've never been there. We'd love to come and play a show. And if you're watching, thank you for supporting. If you like our song, and yeah, we're just sending loads of love, and hopefully we'll be over there soon.
Amazing. Fellow Aussies, get downloading Wild Youth's music so they have a reason to come over here. Thank you for joining me,
Exactly.
Conor.
Thank you so much for having me.